Hey guys, this is Kevin East. I wanted to talk to you today about Operation Hot Musket. So be sure to like and subscribe. If you subscribe, you'll get the latest on any info on anything that's developing out in the country. We've got a lot of situations brewing in the United States, and if you want to get the latest and greatest, be sure to subscribe to my channel so that you get the quickest information out there. Now, it took me a while to get this video out today because I wanted to verify everything that's going on. I've seen at least 20 videos put out about Operation Hot Musket, and there was not a lot of verification going on. Now, originally Operation Hot Musket was put out by the Marfugal channel, and I'm not saying anything negative about that. He just did simply what he was doing. He did an open call-in show, and he didn't have time to verify any information while it was live on the air. So no fault on Marfugal there, but I did have time to go through and watch about 20 other videos of different YouTube channels today. And what I found is their information for verifying was calling their sources. And a lot of their sources were so-called military, and they may have been military. But for instance, there was one gentleman who called his retired uncle. Now, I don't know why anybody who is retired from the military would actually have real-time information about this operation. You know, my grandfather served in the World War II, so I could technically call him as my source and ask him if he knows what Operation Musket is. Of course, he's not going to know, and the Army is not going to keep anybody who's retired up to date, especially if you're in a lower level position. So, you know, and I saw a bunch of other videos that they were either confirming it or they were saying that it was not true at all. So the only basis of these things were their sources. And on both sides, whether they were saying that the Operation Musket was real or the Operation Musket was a false incident, they were all military sources. So we've got a problem here. If both sides are saying that their military source either said Operation Musket is real or Operation Musket is not real, we have a real situation here. And as usual, that's called disinformation. So I spent all day researching. So if the report is that the military is amassing in Lubbock, Texas, and all these reservists are being called up and sent to Lubbock, Texas, why not just go to Lubbock, Texas? I mean, Lubbock, Texas, I think, is a town of maybe 50 to 100,000 people. Surely there is somebody in Lubbock, Texas that has either a phone or a camera that can go out to the airbase and take pictures. And believe it or not, my research actually turned up an individual who actually went to the Lubbock Air Force Base that's now decommissioned, and he drove around the entire base. And actually that link is in the description below. So he went out there and drove around for almost 20 minutes around the Air Force Base, and there wasn't even so much as a rent-a-cop out there. No Humvees, no tanks, no anything. But that doesn't mean that Operation Hot Musket's not real. What it actually is, it's a three-pronged psychological operation. Prong one is to make patriots look stupid by spreading false information. Prong three is to demoralize the patriots. So in other words, if you're a patriot or you're a militiaman and you keep getting false reports all the time about stuff that's going on, you're finally going to just throw in the towel one day and just say, look, I'm tired of hearing all this. There's nothing going on. It's all fake. And you actually end up not doing anything. And then when something actually really happens, you don't react as quickly as you should, or you don't react at all. And prong three was actually a real-time tracking of keyword Operation Hot Musket. In other words, if you made a phone call, if you sent an email, then they tracked where those emails and those phone calls went to. So if you had some secret squirrel cell operation going on, they tracked it, and now they know all the members in your secret network. So good job, guys. You should never be spreading information like this if you think it's a real operation through your phone or through an email. You should always use tactical communications, either courier or your handheld ham radio. So another level of this operation is also there's been Howitzers, there's been APCs, there's been tanks. They're shipping them all to either Texas or along the border. So this Hot Musket operation gets people to look in the opposite direction of what's actually going on. Folks, I've been saying, if you go back through my videos, there's something big about to break through. And there's got to be a few distractions right now to cover up what's really going on. But I'll tell you this much. You don't send APCs and howitzers and tanks to take care of some migrants with their children. Yes, there is a few troublemakers in there. Yes, I'm sure there's some MS-13, and I'm sure a few of them have a handgun or two, but you don't need a tank to take care of that, okay? You need a few Humvees, you need some dogs, you need a few helicopters, and that'll take care of the immigrants. So why are tanks being shipped to the border? Why are howitzers being shipped to the border? Folks, you got to get yourself prepared. You've got to get your ham radios, you've got to get your fighting rifles, you got to get your year's supply of food. You've got to get yourself ready, because whatever's coming down the road here, it's coming down quick. Now, one of the things too that was mentioned was that this operation could potentially be a gun confiscation for American patriots. Folks, you got to think about this. Just use your mind slightly a little bit. There's not going to be any mass gun confiscations unless two things happen. A, we have an invasion by a foreign force and they just go door to door and start confiscating weapons. And that's if you didn't train well enough and you didn't know how to fight and to protect your neighborhood and your city. Plan 2 is that they are going to do mass false flags around the United States. They're going to have foreign operatives dress up as patriots and go either shoot up or bomb military installations, police stations, National Guard installations. They've got to create an uproar with the military. They've got to have the National Guard and the military so upset at patriots, so upset at militia, that they're willing to go out and confiscate weapons. There's absolutely no reason right now, even with all these school shootings and synagogue shootings, there's no reason at all that the military would feel obligated to go out and start confiscating weapons, even if the Democrats did pass gun legislation. So just got to think about what they're actually going to do. All these operations have to be, they actually hinge on having false flags done to get the military to search out for the patriots and militia. So everybody, I just want to finish this out with saying, join your local militia, get yourself trained up, get your fighting rifle, get your ham radios in place, get yourself prepared, because something big is about to happen. And also, please subscribe to my channel so that you get the latest information on what's going on around the world.